Friend requests 1. Hardly. Hold on, my chat's busted. I can't see any words. There. Well, I got one more thing I gotta do. But I'm gonna play single player because I have fallen behind on this and I need to do some. There. Ah! Forgot about gyro. It always looks the worst when I'm trying to put them on. Okay. It should be back to normal now. How's your day? Mine's good. Video out probably Thursday. I was aiming to have it today or tomorrow, but you know how these fucking projects are. They always end up a few days after what you want. But I know someone came here just to hear that answered, so there you go. So I did some of these. I guess I gotta go find the ones I haven't. I should go talk to what's her name? Get myself caught up again. I'm not gonna hurt you. You can break Baddie's shields, but apparently not hers. It's too strong. Alright, this is all filler to me. Gotta do the manhole. Oh wait, no, that's fucking to go back. I wonder what the likelihood of a Splatoon 3 is. Oh yeah, sorry if I'm not too talkative today. I'm just fucking worn out. I've been a freaking source filmmaker for 30 hours straight. The good news is, all of the... I'm not sure if I've done this before. Yeah, I have. A man can only spend so much time in an animation program before he starts to crack. But I'm about all done with that now. Have you played this game much before this? If so, is it any good? I have played, like, a relatively small amount of it, but I've really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend this game, if nothing else. Even, like, yeah, I'm sitting here playing single player. I think the third one I need. The multiplayer is very fun. I mean, it certainly holds up a lot more than most other, like, online multiplayer games I've played. You should do a Town of Salem stream. Not only would it be a great idea, but it would enthuse a bunch of your fans to watch. You know, I've seen people play that, but never really considered it. I've already done, like, all of the extra shit. My mom's senses are tingling. You need to take care of yourself. You know, I've actually been sleeping relatively well. I'm not gonna say good, but, you know, I get my 5 hours in minimum. It's just like, I've even like eaten healthier. You guys, you don't fucking understand. Guys, I ate a turkey sandwich today. Do you know how big of a step that is for me? That's like a paraplegic taking their first steps after 20 years. I'm very proud of myself. Turkey was actually very good. But if you've ever had a turkey sandwich without like a condiment, like no mayo, it can be tough to get through, to say the least, just cause like flavor is no longer a factor in this sandwich. It's all just sustenance. It's all food that you can't enjoy. Don't you give me a disgust on turkey. I don't like ham. I can understand why people like ham, I just don't fucking care. So, you know what? I respect your choice to not like turkey. Even if I don't necessarily agree with it. Turkeys are for cuddling, not eating. I don't know where you're cuddling turkeys, but I would recommend not doing that. Yeah, that Overwatch stream rant was because that's part of why I hadn't eaten turkey in so long. Oh yeah, also, I had to go get a tooth filled today, because, well, I'm gonna be honest, and I may lose a couple viewers here, but sometimes I only brush once a day, not twice. Plus my genetics just have really shitty teeth. So the right half of my face is basically, like, numb. Just dead-ass numb. Can't feel anything. I knew I risked a lot by opening up about my brushing habits with people. And I'm just sorry you have to see me like this. You probably shouldn't be streaming. No, it's not like I'm on morphine or anything. And this was like, this was a few hours ago, so I'm not in the right state of mind. You shouldn't be streaming. I'll be okay. I was just saying, like, I'm very dead inside this stream. People actually brush their teeth. Why don't they just invent teeth that don't have to be brushed? Come on. Still owe us a morphine stream. Well, you may be happy to learn that because I got my bad cavity filled, the next thing on the dental agenda is getting my wisdom teeth out. Now, I don't know how well that'll segue into a morphine stream because there's a lot of challenges that you have to overcome to even fucking get a stream started while you're on morphine. But the good news is I'm a step closer, right? For some reason, I don't have a problem with needles, but if you've never had a tooth filled, what they do to numb it is they basically swab it and then stick a fucking needle in your gums and inject it with like nummies. And I don't have a problem with needles, but it just, I fucking shudder every time. My leg was like shaking like a... I don't know how long my legs are, but like a 2.5 foot vibrator. And the dentist is like, "Are you alright, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's just like a physical response." I'm getting a tooth pulled next week, I'm scared. I'm not sure what the process of getting it pulled is like, but if it's similar to getting it filled or a root canal, I guess, but maybe a bit more, with a bit more numbing agent, you probably don't have much to worry about. But I would consult a proper orthodontist before taking my word. Yeah, I will be at PAX East. I'm headed out on Thursday. I should not look at chat while I'm in a quick time section. I got into JoJo 3 episodes in. Any advice? Also, do you have the TF2 JoJo? I don't have them. What do you mean advice? Advice for your anime viewing experience? Yeah, watch it. Like, look at your screen when watching it. That would be my first advice. My second would be avoid spoilers and don't skip sections. Some people will like ask, "Can I just skip to part 3? Don't. Just watch through. That's my advice. Also, avoid pushing JoJo on people. I'm always happy to talk about it when someone, like, in chat wants to. And, you know, I think we all know I'll fucking make a reference when I get the chance. But it's just like any anime or show. If you keep referencing it and bringing it up, it ruins it for everybody. So keep it sparse. That's my advice. Your best friends will thank you when they don't have to fucking listen to that shit constantly. That's some tuna. So is the world war in this game like squids versus tuna? And squids won and became the dominant species? Well, maybe not dominant. I'm a bit of a recessive squid myself, but I don't know very much of the lore. All I know is that it's a bit of a civil war now because the squid kids appear to be fighting each other. I started watching Boruto, and I funk heart. You like it? Or don't let anyone like tell you Boruto sucks. This Naruto though it sucks. Boruto, yeah, it's not like the top tier, but I've enjoyed it. Now at the beginning, it's a lot more slice of life, but at least it jumps into like action stuff faster than Naruto did. The fucking Boruto episode on the train, the animation on that was amazing, and I don't know why. They just like really outdid themselves on that one. And that's a recent one. So I guess you gotta get a couple episodes in before you can really get to the cool shit. But it's there. Cool shit exists in Boruto. Plus the Mist Village stuff was alright. Was the Jojo script originally longer than the final product? I remember you saying you've all probably left by now, just when you're about to get seriously in depth. It wasn't necessarily like I had more examples, but I definitely could have gone more in detail in the video, And someone actually tweeted after I made it saying it feels like you could have said a lot more. And like I said in that tweet, you know, I know not everyone has seen JoJo. I know not everyone will understand what I'm talking about when I mean, like, the psychology of color and just sort of, like, kind of unique concepts like that. So, I chose to skim it down to, like, the juicy parts, you know. Cut out all the fat. That's kind of just been, like, how I treat all videos, though, so I would say, yeah, there's more I kind of would have said, but I got all the points I needed to out. I saw YouTube in it, and all I saw was top 5 worst Naruto characters. Better not have Neji on that list. Neji's my boy. Did Naruto create, like, the Sasuke cliche? Did it create that kind of fucking brooding teenage anime character? Because I can't really think of previous examples. Like, Vegeta wouldn't fall under that, I don't think. He's a little brooding, but not edgy. Who else abuses Crunchyroll sponsorships to watch free anime? Sponsorships? I don't know that. To my knowledge, Crunchyroll doesn't pay out that great to the shows anyways. Appeared in a YouTube video once. Yeah, I heard about what happened at YouTube HQ. It's unfortunate. But, this ain't no political stream. I should have thought ahead. So I gotta land on his head then. Whitelist Funk so he can make his .00001 monthly YouTube paycheck. Literally, if you've ever donated like $1, you have done more than a lifetime of ad viewing for a YouTube channel. Maybe not a lifetime, depends on how much you watch them. It's a safe estimate. One is faster. Whoops. Does the single player share the soundtrack with the multiplayer? It seems like these tracks are different from what I hear when I play. But I also recall this. Maybe it's for the Overworld or something. They are different. Maybe get him over here. Oh, you bitch. Oh. A lot of repeat tracks from the first game. That might explain it. I'm not sure how to get up there, though. Can't stay up all night because I have school, so have a good night. Isn't it like spring break? I know it's different. Some people had it last week. What a shame. Yeah, donations and subs are still turned off from last stream. So, if I get any, they won't appear. But, thanks, regardless. I have spring break starting Friday. You're telling me that it's not the same everywhere in the world all at once? These kids have it so easy. Nah. Schools are afraid to give Fs. So I'd say yeah, they do. I remember when I went to school in Georgia, anything below a 70 was considered an F. But when I moved to Florida, it changed so anything below a 60 was an F. And it just blew my fucking mind. And saved my ass on several occasions. Probably didn't do me any favors in terms of becoming more smart, though. A little closer. As I've gotten older, I've realized how often my teachers would like just pity my class. Minus maybe one or two teachers. There were so many times that I or my like friends totally deserved to get an F, and they just curved the shit out of that thing. My math teacher hated everybody, and he quit halfway through the year. Right before, like, finals or, I guess, midterms. But before he left, he boosted the grades of any students he liked. And that's how I ended up with, like, an A. Everyone else in my class got fucking, like, knocked down 2 pegs. He was such an awful teacher. He really was. But, hey, I'm happy about it. What a coolio. No, he fucked over my entire class except me. Yeah, he's cool, but like only from my perspective. From everyone else, he's like an old dick. What's your favorite color? Brown. Like the color brown. You should ask me what my favorite texture is now. Why do you prefer you? Because I just kept my mouth shut. I didn't argue with him in class, I just did my work. If he was doing some dumbass shit, I didn't, you know... Listen, I'm willing to put up a fight for what is right, but it's fucking high school. I ain't here to, like, prove shit to my class or my teacher. So if he's, like, doing some dumb shit, I just, like, waited it out. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't stand by idly in a time of need. Yeah, every stream I adjust Moobot to be less aggressive, and yet here we are. How are you doing today or tonight? Good. A little worn out, but good. Finally at like the point where you kind of get the satisfaction of mostly being done with a project, but you still gotta like do the final touches. But the stress of like getting all the hard stuff out of the way is over. Now I gotta get the video ready to upload, and then get ready for PAX. I'm not high. I have numbing agent in my gums. That's not a drug. Well, I guess technically it is, but it's not a mind-altering drug. Where's PAX this year? PAX East? It's like always in Boston. High on numbing agent? Oh my god, I looked away. I missed it. Dude, I'm always high on numbing agent. Because I'm always numb. I looked at chat and I thought I hit the thing, but I didn't. Comfortably numb. I'm always high on the weird taste and smell of a dentist's rubber gloves. That's always the weird part. It's not like getting my teeth fucking drilled open that weirds me out. It's like feeling the texture of my dentist's fingers running through my mouth. I can handle the rest. That one, though. Yikes. I just, like, couldn't be a dentist in fear that someone would bite me. I was really, really tempted to ask them, like, if they have any stories of being bitten. But I didn't want to weird them out. Apprentice the dentist. Has anyone ever bitten you? Like a serious bite or like a playful bite? If so, the answer is neither both times. To my knowledge. The real question is not whether I've been bitten, it's whether I would bite. Want to figure that one out? Get to know me better. I got bitten by a dog. Yeah, okay. Well, I was only assuming humans were, like, in the running. If you count dogs, then I have one pretty bad bite. A bite that if you don't know what it means to be playful, then you're probably too young. I was gonna say it could have multiple meanings, but no. Upon further reflection, it really doesn't. Holy fuck, a dentist kink is a real thing. Welcome to the real world, my dude. You have not even cracked the surface. A dramatic tale on being bitten. The tale itself isn't dramatic. The most dramatic part of it, other than like the 13 stitches, is that had I not put my hand up, I would be missing half my face. Given the angle of his teeth when they sunk in. And me like being on my ass in the grass when it happened. Is this Microsoft Paint? Neil Cicierga confirmed that it is pronounced M-Spaint. And that's what it will forever be now. My kink is when I ask someone to talk in the mod channel and they take 2 weeks to do it. I've been very proactive. You're not allowed to pull that on me until 2 weeks pass. I've been very proactive for the course of like 3 days. 3 whole days. Thanks. Is Adventure Time dead yet? I know it's like in the last season. Must be close. Save 3 more Zapfish. Oh, okay. Well, they're gone. No SR. You've been denied. No! Ah, it's close. Oh, no, fuck! I didn't mean to go in that. Remember the Pokemon anime? I remember that they refused to make any changes to it. Anyone ever watch Mucha Lucha? Mucha Lucha! What the fuck happened to that? I could go on and on just about shit that, like, fucking disappeared on me. El Tigre was my boy back when I was a youngin'. Oh, shit. What happened to Beyblade? Beyblade was like dead when it came out though. Like there was never a high point for Beyblade, let's be honest. The high point was like that 4-month gap where everyone owned a Beyblade and then promptly like got rid of it. Bakugan. Get out of here with that shit. So I gotta get up there now. Remember helping Pappy on the farm when the chickens were giving him trouble? Those were the days. You know what I remember? I remember watching the Barnyard movie, and the cow's dad said hell in that song, and it blew my fucking mind. Stand my ground at the gates of hell, and I won't back down. Blew my fucking mind seeing that shit. Unless they censored it, but I definitely heard an uncensored version. Alright, hold up. I'm getting the other bot in. Well, it's in, but I'm gonna try and fix this, because Moobot is just... being Moobot. I don't know what happened. Like, the settings are no different, and I've scavenged through it 3 times. It never changes. What do you think the paint smells like? Probably paint. Just a guess, though. What am I working with here? You don't have to be a fan of Supernatural, I'm not, but the Scooby-Doo episode is fantastic, and anyone that remotely likes it, you suggest. I don't know anything about that. But that catches my attention. I've never beaten Splatoon. Oh, I gotta shoot that. Emergency escape. Escape. Remember Nintendo's attempt to be cool, fresh, and hip? Apparently it's Splatoon 1. That Nintendo's always trying to be cool, fresh, and hip, though. That's just like every company that ever exists, though. Because, like, the #1 most profitable market is children. And there's nothing wrong with that, it's just true. Later, JJ. The most profitable market is dabbing on webcam and then begging for subs. That's the market with the most high profit margins. You know what dabbing reminds me of? That Ed, Edd n Eddy episode about fads? Where they keep trying to, like, get ahead of the curve on things that pass by really quickly. And they come up with that fucking train gimmick. Thought you already quit, Sinister. Thought Rugrats did you in. Angles. Oh shoot. I want Funk to eat sand, gummy bears on stream. I actually have gummy bears in my house, but no sand. Otherwise, I would rush to try it right now. If you know any good alternative, I can try it. I could also rummage outside my house for some sand, but I suspect I'd have to go into the woods for that. And I don't know if I want to at 10 p.m. Brown sugar. Does that count? Cinnamon? Fuck out of here. Yeah, I just don't have good luck with VR streams. They never go how I want. I have Skyrim for VR, gonna try to stream it one day. I just did not have the energy to do it today. Plus, the stream started late so I could get some work anyways. Oh my god. Hopefully it's better than Fallout 4 VR. I know that that's not even like just a problem with the game. It's just my computer. Maybe I fucking messed it up when I made it. I don't know. But half the shit doesn't work. Gummy bears with fun dip. How about I buy a baby bottle pop and try gummy bears with it? I can knock out all of my bodily organs in one quick swoop. 2 more Zatfish. But I already did these. How do I know which ones I've already completed versus ones I haven't? I guess I just can only see ones I've gone in. Isn't Doom VR a full 60? Honestly, I just don't feel like Doom VR has the replayability to warrant trying it in like VR. I'm sure it'd be fun. And I mean, I really enjoyed Doom 2016, but at the end of the day, it's just like shooting dudes. What happened during Fallout VR? You didn't miss much. I couldn't get past the house because I couldn't fucking type on the keyboard. And I tried for like 2 days to fix it off stream. Nothing. I'd never really played Fallout 4, so I figured it would have been a good chance. Now I still have it. From what people tell me, I don't seem to be missing much. How much you want to bet when The Elder Scrolls 6 comes out? It's just gonna be a Skyrim remaster with a new area as DLC. Like, it's gonna be an entirely new Elder Scrolls game, but it's gonna be marketed as a Skyrim re-release. And the actual new game is hidden as, like, DLC. Don't know why I did that. He's flying. Yeah, did you hear Todd Howard talking to his son in like an interview? Talking about his son? He said, my son used to be too young to play Skyrim, but now he's old enough that he's playing it. So every day at dinner, at the dinner table, we talk about Skyrim. And that's such a fucking Todd Howard thing to hear. It is 20 fucking 18 and Todd Howard spends every dinner talking about Skyrim. Grass grows, birds fly, and life moves on. I guarantee you, if Todd Howard had a baby after Skyrim came out, he would have named it Skyrim. And if he did have a baby, he probably calls them Skyrim in secret. To Todd Howard, Skyrim probably is like a new child. Why does he love that game so much? To be fair, it was a pretty, like, groundbreaking thing when it came out. It's, you know, everyone knows Skyrim. But I think he's exceptionally proud of it just because of the success, and I don't know much about him, but I mean, I'm sure he's proud of the work put into it. Sure, he can't be fucked to, like, do that again for another game, but I'm sure he's proud of what he's done. I just imagine the game Skyrim in 2018 being like a super dried up raisin cow begging to be put down by its farmer, but the farmer doesn't have any other cows to milk for profit. So he's just been sucking that cow bone dry with his lips. Just to get everything he can. That's how it feels. I should have not fat fingered that. At least not at a wall. How am I... Does this game get boring quickly? I don't want to get it if it's too repetitive. As it for me. It's fun enough to control when shooting that it's... You don't, like, play 10 matches and go, okay, this is redundant to play now. Like, it keeps you on your toes. I'm missing one more, and I think it's up there. Surprisingly, haven't seen Hydration Bot yell at me. Oh. They're making me get 8 mini ones now. Skyrim is just Dark Souls? What does that even mean? I remember one of the first things I thought when I played Skyrim was like, this reminds me of Dark Souls. Even though that didn't make any sense. Just like the medieval aesthetic. Or was it backwards? It may have been backwards. I think I played Dark Souls and I thought, this is like Skyrim, but third person. Either way, it's pretty easy to make a correlation, even though it's kind of a stretch. I'm glad I played multiplayer before this, because when I saw that there's going to be NPCs on this level, I was a little worried. But then I remembered they're NPCs. I wish Guitar Hero would come back. No lie, I've been trying to track down a Rock Band controller so I could stream, like, whatever that custom PC Guitar Hero game is. But it's pretty expensive, and I don't have a console to play Guitar Hero on. I do wish it would come back, but I feel like something happened and they're like not allowed to make those games anymore. Cause that shit was like, I'm almost certain it was really profitable. But then it just like disappeared after Rock Band. If it's still around, I haven't seen it. Too much oversaturation. That's pretty true. I want that roller. That one looks better than mine. And it's 10 times the size. You've seen Ready Player One, right? Do you think a vegetarian could like it? A vegetarian? Yeah. I've seen very differing opinions on Ready Player One. I think it was Red Letter Media had a very negative one. They felt it was extremely Spielberg-y, which is kind of true in terms of like the datedness of it. But then I think it was Doug Channel Awesome and his brother said that like they enjoyed it. They weren't put off by the Spielberg shtick. Personally, I kind of align with the latter. It's a little cheap and predictable. There's a lot of predictable stuff in it, and a lot of plot holes. But I don't think that makes it an unenjoyable movie. It seems like there was a vision for it. It just wasn't necessarily, like... It didn't deliver 100-fold by any means. But I enjoyed it. There's a lot of differences from the book. Yeah, I heard there was a lot more in the book. I know that, and I won't like... Well, I guess I won't spoil too much, but... I know, like, there was more plot points not hit in the movie that happened in the book. And just, like, story pieces. Oops. What was that whole part where they're like, you don't love me, you don't even know me, I could be hideous. And then, like, this beautiful girl is the one behind the avatar. So that entire, like, point is just unwritten from the story. But the birthmark, Funk! Oh, yeah. That fucking... Not even a minor inconvenience. I have a literal giant-ass red birthmark shaped like Australia on my back. I will never get an interview because of that. This girl needs to live in the real world. We all have problems. I'd show that birthmark, but similar to the third nipple, I don't think I'm allowed to. I don't believe you. Well, I mean, I can show you if you really care that much. But I don't think I can show stream. Damn. I am not doing as good as I was. It's not like exactly Australia. It's just like, you know, like a general continental shape close enough to Australia that calling it that, people would look at it and go, alright, I see what you're getting at. It's not like a one-for-one Australia. I was backstabbed, apparently in Australia. And apparently on my knee as well, although that birthmark disappeared after puberty. But it was in the shape of a J, and I really miss it. Normally I don't care that much about birthmarks, but I miss the J on my ankle. That's like one of those weird memories you have that it almost feels like a dream, but you remember it so well. Like, I grew up with the birthmark that was literally a J. I don't mean to oversell it, because it's impossible. It was a literal J. You get what you see. And then one day it, like, disappeared. Or more accurately, faded away over the course of several weeks. Or months, even. And now I have all these memories of it, but no proof. Unless maybe my parents have some pictures lying around of me in shorts. But even then, it's like, it would be covered by a shoe. Or a sock. In terms of the size of my back birthmark, I'd say it's probably the size of, like, a bit bigger than your palm, not including the fingers. Also, fucking made you look, anyone that looked at their hand. But yeah, that's probably an accurate size measurement. It's pretty big. It's pretty noticeable. Only one I have isn't a traditional one. It's like a blood vessel in my eyelid that's always there. A lot of people ask if I'm okay. I think I got punched. Makes you special. Do you have stretch marks? What? On like the side of my hips? No. But I had them when I lost a bunch of weight in high school. I haven't given birth, so I don't have any stretch marks from that either. On your back? I don't know. I don't look at my back very often. I would guess no. Lots of dudes have stretch marks on their backs from growing spontaneously. Yeah, well... My growth wasn't very spontaneous. It was pretty predictable, so... I don't imagine I do. If anything, I'm a lot smaller than I was pre-puberty. I literally have a fucking shirt from when I went to camp in 2009. When I was literally 12, and it fits me fine. It's like actually looser on me now than it was then. I've been like in it on stream before too. The yellow Coconoa or some shit. Some weird camp word. This is a cool looking one. I'm considering going to PAX. Would you be down to hang out if I end up going? Yeah, I'm down to meet up. I don't really know anyone else going to PAX, so... You would be like the first person I know. Personally, at least. Actually, Gio is gonna be there one day, so I'm hanging with him. But other than that... This is a bucket. Anyone like that? That reference? It's a reference, guys. Laugh. Man, that shit came out like 4 years ago. Let that sink in. I don't get it. Oh my god, that is the face of God. If I ever make a Ready Player One, if I ever make a my own Oasis, You have to crack a TF2 reference to get the keys. And you have to beat Rugrats in Paris in the Antarctic. Should have climbed on him. Actually horrifying. Ouch. Just trying to get here. Thank you. Ah. Whatever. Would you have to solve a puzzle about Weezer? Yeah, you'd have to go through Pandora. The Pandora servers. I was trying to think of another, like, shitty music platform, but I can't remember the name of the other one. Not SoundCloud. Apple Music. Not what I was thinking of, but it works. I feel so bad. I don't know where this sentence is going. I was gonna say, I feel so bad for music. I feel bad for music because of how few platforms it has to be put on, and not either have shitty quality, or be really inaccessible. Like, you have SoundCloud, you have Spotify, you have YouTube, and anything else, you're fucking over the consumer. And even, like, Spotify, you could kind of argue, fucks over the, artist. Tidal. The one I was thinking of. Google Play Music. Who the fuck uses Google Play Music, though? Yeah, it does exist. YouTube, like, 5 years ago, was straight up just used for illegal music. Like, that's what it was. I remember trying to listen to Hollywood Undead, and they were super sticklery about letting it play. So what people would do is they would pitch shift it up like 50%, and I would listen to Hollywood Undead pitch shift it up, because that was like the way I could listen to it for free. Bandcamp. That's true. Bandcamp's good. Google Play Music subscription includes YouTube Red. Does it? I didn't know that. You get a little 2-for-1 then, I suppose. Truth be told, I actually don't even know how much they have. Groove music. I was thinking of, like, Ah, I almost had it. It had one of those, like, names that was trying really hard to sound musical. Forget it. Not musically, no. That's not even for listening to music. That's for going to jail as a 30-year-old man. Why don't we have a flood? All I know about Musical.ly is I saw a compilation of girls dressed as Morty from Rick and Morty, or Evil Morty, and singing along to like really emo songs. The world doesn't understand me. That's what I know about Musical.ly. Also, didn't it make Jacob Sartorius? I think. Those are the two facts I know about it. And I want to keep it that way, so please don't talk about Musical.ly. I do not want any more information. Who's your dream Radcast guest and why is it Shadman? Yeah, that's a good question. Would I rather have Rivers Cuomo or Shadman? I gotta get back to you, it's too hard of a decision. I think I'd choose Jeff Magnum Dong. Really? Speaking of bad musicians, we in Canada formally apologize for Bieber. It's not even the music that you need to apologize for. It's like the problem with Bieber was the fans, which are all American girls. So honestly, the problem was never Bieber. Yeah, his early music, and I imagine his new music, but I don't listen to it, so I couldn't tell you. But I know his early music was just really fucking, predictable. Girl, I love you, girl. You are mine, girl, I love you. So, that's nothing to write home about, but it's always the fans that ruin it. Not the artist. Yeah, Canada also made Drake. And Drake plays Fortnite. So, we should be thanking you. Repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff. Hey, we may have gotten Justin Bieber as a YouTube breakout, but we also got Bo Burnham, and I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to, you know, I'll take Bieber for Bo. I love him enough to take that. Any panels or events you're looking forward to at PAX? Honestly, I'm kind of going into it blind. Which is probably not a good idea. so I'll get back to you on that. If anyone has a recommendation, I'm more than open. Oh shit. Low ink. Would you ever cosplay? I think in the right scenario. The thing is, I'm not exactly an attentionable boy when I go out in public. You know, I keep to myself. And I feel like cosplaying is a good way to, like, make friends and have people, like, compliment you and say, hey, nice cosplay. And I don't know if I'm ready for that. That's too much. No lie, if I can get in on the wait times, I'll try and get an autograph from every big YouTuber I can. What my plan is I'm gonna get a piece of paper that says, FUNKe is objectively the best TF2 YouTuber. I guess I should just say YouTuber, but I think it'll hurt Dane more if I put TF2 on there. And get it signed by Markiplier. I don't know what I'm doing. I either need to bomb that or leave. Oh no, that's a key. Oops. Yeah, I remember you mentioning the runaway guys. There's like a couple creators I know that are going that I want to say hi to. I won't say who though. FUNKe panel at Con Bravo? I don't even know what Con Bravo is. But sure. I'll do a panel on how to put too much effort and not get a payoff for, like, shitty jokes. I think I'd make a good candidate. I'm still having trouble turning. When is the first FUNKCon? The first FUNKCon is ongoing. You're a part of it right now if you're subscribed. But the first FUNKCon is well in progress. Where are these? It must be in the middle, because I've been circling the outside. It feels like I'm in Nam right now, with the amount of gas clouds surrounding me. I feel like Frank Reynolds is gonna sell me to a sweatshop if I stick around here too long. As a squid kid. Hi, Hazmat. Thanks. There you are. Now I just have to die once trying to get to it, and then find it again. Let's get it over with. Too long. Why are their mouths colored like ink? Do they vomit ink? Is their blood ink? Are squid kids more water or ink? If Maurice spit in my mouth, would I get paint poisoning? Lead poisoning? I'll keep quiet. Dead end. Oh. Oh, never mind. Just because it's edgy doesn't mean it's funny. Try to remember that. I'm impressed by their ability to make every level at least feel like inherently different. Like, this one doesn't compare much to the more spacey level. This one's very beachy. And there's one that looked like docks. Yeah, I gotta ask you to stop too, my man. You ever become aware of your blinking and you start blinking more? No, because I have self-control, and I don't fall for fucking psychic tricks. Psychological. You're now aware of your tongue sitting in your mouth, okay? Yep, I can confirm that it's still doing tongue things. And nothing else. You are now breathing heavily. No? Still breathing normally. You guys just need to, like, get control of your bodies. It's okay. It becomes easier once you hit puberty. Feet now have feelings. How can my feet smell if they don't have a nose double D? $15. Right. I'm going through these. I had Heelys at the height of their popularity. I acquired myself some Heelys. However, it did not improve my feelies. They were fun, though. I just didn't have much place to ride them. Because all the streets in my neighborhood were like the fucking gravelly ones. Where they did not work as well. Night Sin. Yeah, that wasn't... I hope Heelys are still around. Every kid should be able to try, at least once. Doesn't seem to do anything. Light up Skechers. Slow the fuck down. Save some, sex for the rest of us, dude. To hit that thing. What? Imagine getting into a fight with some kid, and he decks you, and then he curb stomps you while wearing light up Skechers. Would life be worth living anymore after that? I feel like at that point, you just have to give up. Call it. Oh wait, so this thing just goes around. You know what I wish they had in this game? The Sonic shoes from Sonic Adventure 2. Did you know those were like a sponsored thing? Those were actual shoes that existed. They were for grind... I think they're called... No, they're not grinders. I was gonna say grinders, but that is not at all correct. I had no idea when I first played it that, like, Sega took a sponsorship for Sonic Adventure 2. I don't know if they still sell them. Soap shoes. What a world. Must be a way over there. I'd buy soap shoes if there were any rails within a 10-mile radius of me. And if I knew how to skate. Oh, it's so annoying. It's almost 4 AM and I'm watching a Splatoon stream. You need to go sleep. If you have a book in your house, honestly, go read it. I know you've heard it 1,000 times, but like, honestly, the fastest way to sleep is to just not look at technology for like 45 minutes. Technically, you're supposed to not look for an hour, but I think we all know that none of us have the self-preservation to go an hour without looking at a phone. So just make 40 minutes. Helps. Reading a book doesn't help me because I get distracted and read the book for hours. Yeah, I have a problem where if I read a book, I can't find a good stopping point. Like, I usually make myself cut right at a halfway point or something. I like, short story novels, just because I can, like, complete a full story and, you know, take a break and not feel like I'm missing something. Dimitri Martin's old book had a bunch that I liked. The... what's it? The Shunji Ito series of all those horror mangas. That was really good. That was my go-to sleep thing for a while. Right now I'm just reading a full book, but I like the short story ones the most. Junji Ito. Yeah, that's it. That was like a really good one, just because like you got a good amount of story. And like it was an ongoing, but every chapter was its own little thing. Just made for good stopping points. Interestingly, like most of my more developed media watching happens like before bed. Like I don't watch TV or movies very much through the day. But I'll most watch them right before bed because that's just the time where, like, Like, if I'm at home on my computer, I'm probably not doing something that I need to focus on, at least a little bit. So I can't watch, like, a movie or a TV series. But when I'm, like, going to bed, you know, I'm looking for excuses to not sleep, so... It's a good time to, like, get really focused on a show. I need to take this dude out. Oh, I dropped. Sleep is for nerds. I mean, I don't know about you, but my most enjoyable days are the ones where I wake up at 9, like, fully refreshed. I know a lot of people say I'm not a morning person. I'm not necessarily either, but, like, I prefer getting up early. That is, on days I don't have to, like, do something. If I'm getting up because something needs to happen, like at 9, then I fucking hate it. But if it's just like a Saturday, and I'm doing my thing, I'm more than happy to get up early. Assuming I get, like, a proper amount of sleep. I like night so I don't sleep. I mean, I'm indifferent to night. Days feel weird to me, just because, like, I spend so much more time at, like, awake at night, where it's weird to go out, and it's weird to interact with people. So whenever I'm up early and, like, I'm going through the city or something, and I see all these people awake, it just blows my mind. I'm like, damn. There's a lot more people in my town than when I look out my window at 10. Do you snore? To my knowledge, no. I got my tonsils out because I snored as a child. Although, when I went to Rewind, Witness said I snored a little bit. But generally, I don't. My dad is a huge snorer. I literally remember if we were on vacation, I would sleep with I would sandwich my head in between 3 pillows, and I would put headphones in. And I wouldn't even sleep on the hotel bed. I would sleep behind it, on the side farthest away from my dad. And that would make it so I barely make out his snoring. Bless my mother's heart. That's all I'll say. She seems to not be too bothered by it. I don't know how. Switch, where's that switch? It's right on my table. What was the reason you got your tonsils out? I don't know if there was any particular reason. I know I snored and my mom said it would stop that. If there was any health reason for it, I don't know. I'd have to ask. But I'm pretty sure it was just like... they were constantly inflamed or something, probably. Tonsillitis. This was over a decade ago. Not fresh in the memory. I'm usually pretty good with bodily dysfunction. No allergies. Maybe tonsillitis. Celiac? It's okay. Wheat's not that great anyways. I honestly only know what celiac disease is from a College Humor sketch. Just straight up murdering. Would smash for Marie? I mean, it's almost certain that she's gonna get added to Smash 5. So I don't know what you mean. Oh, wait. Oh. Can I get Mama Luigi for Smash 5? It's like normal Luigi, but he throws baby Yoshis and stone footballs chiseled by himself. His final smash is just him going, yeah! It's like Jigglypuff, but instead of putting them to sleep, it busts their eardrums open. Where am I going? There. You got a key, but where can you use it? I have to backtrack. They should add Funk's avatar to Smash. It looks just like a Nintendo character. You tell me I got a key, but can't do much with that. Link is in Smash. Congratulations, you won the first ever Funk Award for That's the Joke. I did make my new profile picture on Twitch. I like it. I like Toon Link, but I think for the sake of my reputation, it may be beneficial to start to move on. At least on one platform. Two more. Baby step. one over there that I need to figure out how to get to. There must be a balloon, no? And how? Can't make that jump. There must be a lower platform that moves in place, because it looks like the kind that you gotta platform over to. Can I get the scoop? It's a Wind Waker bomb and a turtleneck. What's so hard to understand? It's my original OC. I expected something up here. Two more zapper fish. There's one there. One... Is it there? I know it's not down here. But I owe it to myself to look around. Have you ever seen snow IRL? Yeah? It's cool. Snow's like legit one of my favorite things in the world. Why do you think I keep Pinkerton art? That album sucks dick. I like the cover because it has a snowy mountain. It's the real reason. Oops. Blasphemous. Alright, really though? Like... It's understandable why people reacted kind of knee-jerky to Pinkerton. Because when you go from Blue to Pinkerton, it really is like just a whole different band. Not that I'm complaining. Just observing. Observing. I don't get it. Oh, I thought... Whatever. I thought wrong. Oh, hey, hydrated bot, you're finally here. I've already downed like 90% of my water. Never listened to Blue, only White Pinkerton. If you liked White, you'll like Blue. I mean, every Weezer album kind of sounds like a different band. Maladroit, to me, sounds like sort of, you know, your contemporary 90s indie rock band. In a good way. I mean, I fucking banged my head to Love Explosion in December. And American Gigolo. Pretty much like all of Maladroit. I think it just suffered because of how formulaic some of the lyrics were. And the songs kind of blended a little too much into each other. It didn't give the album enough character. You know, I still can't look at Maladroit and say, like, this is what this album's like. I would say, sounds like some guys that make rock music made rock music. That's all. And it's not like you know, the band has more backstory than Maladroit, so... No one's like, ah, Maladroit's great because of the band's, you know, background. No. If anything, when you compare it to what they have done, it devalues Valkyrie. But I'm getting a little too dorky on this conversation, so move on. Thoughts on acid rap? I don't know what that is. Hold on, I'm gonna look up acid rap on my phone, and we'll listen to some. I'm looking up on my phone because it's too much of a hassle to tab out of Splatoon. YouTube, acid rap. Oh, is that an album? Oh, by Chance the Rapper. Yeah, I didn't know that. I expected something else. I don't know. I was looking at your post on TFTV and you said we know 100% that they're not interested in taking the scene and implementing as it is. I'm just basing that off of all the conversations I've seen between Jill and community figures from like Banny and Jill and all them. Well, I guess not Jill, but basically like the fact that class limits aren't implemented, the fact that they're playing non-5 CP and cough maps, everything and you know, we're years into the matchmaking now. Everything seems to indicate that they don't want existing Community 6s to be the prolific version of competitive. I suspect that they want to create a new meta, even if it's not like as skill indexed. Even if you have people playing like stuff that slows the game down and stalemates it. I think they're trying to make a meta that will be more friendly to new players. So when I say 100%, I mean there's zero indication of otherwise, which is true. There is no indication that they'll ever like, alright, we're implementing a one medic class lock. I think when Banny was streaming, he said, and like, again, citation needed, but he mentioned he doesn't think Valve is going to take class limits off, at least not anytime soon, because they seem pretty dead set on finding their own vision. Which honestly, I'm fine with. I think they're making the right choice in at least starting competitive more openly. Now, I'm a bit of like, I'm a little uncertain on my opinion, because I think if they if they hosted a tournament with existing like competitive ranked settings, it would not be nearly as fun to watch because of like the amount of dumb shit that could happen. But I think for getting new players invested, you kind of have to bite the bullet. Like, no new player is going to open ranked if it's got only 5 CP and only the existing class locks. Valve's smelly. I'm not making fun of Valve here. Keep in mind, this isn't me bashing Valve. This is just me making an observation. Valve is smelly, but I'm trying to be objective and see it from their perspective, so I can relay that information to my stream collective. What do you think the long-term goal of the TF team in terms of comp scene is? I think it's get new players interested. The number one reason Valve hasn't done anything with competitive TF2 is because nobody in the pub scene was interested. Like, the numbers are there. We know for a fact competitive is a fucking minority compared to pubbing. So I think Valve's #1 goal right now is getting competitive to a state where the average Joe will open up TF2 and say, hey, you know what? I'll try this competitive. I don't think they're worrying about getting it perfectly situated for class locks or whitelists. I don't think they're worried about map pools or tournament prize pools or anything. I think they're just focused on garnering interest in the scene. Because if they can garner interest in the scene, then they can really, like... One, they'll have more statistics to work off of. If a lot of people are playing competitive TF2, you're getting immediate statistics on what classes are getting picked the most, what weapons are being overused, what maps are getting the most criticism. And once that happens, it's way quicker to deal with all that other shit. I don't think it makes sense to start with any of that other stuff in the beginning. Make ranked free-to-play? I mean, they'll get it like Dota or CSGO, where if you have a established account and a phone number, you can play, but you're never gonna get a fully free competitive. Many players only want to play heavy or pyro. Yeah, like... It's not a matter of, like, the game would be better off with more people playing heavy or pyro in a comp. It's that... For a lot of people, they won't even try it unless they can play heavy or pyro. And if you don't even give them the option, they're just not gonna try it. What you want to do is get them to try it, and then you adjust the scene. You start it off in a way that new players go, okay, I'm gonna fuck around. Then, you incentivize them to get good. And when they're getting good, they'll come to learn, like, okay, if I really want to max myself out here, I'll switch off this and only play it when it's, like, situationally important. It's all about getting that first step, though, ultimately. A lot of people are, like, bashing Valve because they aren't just handing over Community 6s. I don't think they realize, like, you're not... If Valve just tried to hand the community what they wanted, I don't think it would grow. I think it would grow relative to where it is now, but I don't think it would grow to where Valve wants it to be, which is up there with CSGO and Dota. At least I hope that's where they want it to be. It's gonna be fucking pathetic if they'll settle for, like, paladins. Although, one could argue that we've already passed paladins. But one would also argue that we haven't. And I think that alone is reason for concern. Bye-bye. For my minimal comp experience, no class lock, plus that video about TF2's beginner experience and how hard to know where to start and what to do, which classes are needed. There's a lot of stuff that's necessary. Teach. Oh, I found it. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be necessary to bring the game to a easily enterable state. Right now, even now, like, comp is working, yes. I heard from Geel, he said he got a comp match in like 5 minutes the other day, so it's improving. However, new players still have no resources to get good. And without that... Whoops, I'm dead. And without that, you can only go so far. Let's see. Can I ink those? If I can ink those... Oh, okay. I missed that. We need a functioning, acceptable tutorial mode. I think a tutorial mode would help, but... There's, like... On one hand, we really need a modern tutorial. I don't want them to finish and fix the existing tutorial, because the existing tutorial is a kind of a headache. But I mean, if it works, I guess. New players definitely need to be able to get situated quickly. I think they also need to find a way for new players to obtain weapons without a straight purchase. Now, TF2 is not pay to win by any means, but if you own like an Uber Saw and you want to play medic, you're objectively at a disadvantage, or at an advantage over someone who doesn't own it, and that's like just a fact. I mean, not necessarily, but I think the point stands, like, new players should have access to these things. It's not as bad as it used to be with, like, old Vita Saw. You know, you can go bone saw against the Uber and not, like, be secured a loss. But when a new player learns that there's something that's way better and they have to get it if they want to max themselves out, a lot of people will say, well, that's kind of dumb. I think opening new... or like... they already are doing it for new weapons, but I think opening old weapons to contracts, or just allowing all weapons for free in comp mode, but not... like, if you don't own... say, for example, you don't own a soda popper, but you queue up for competitive, I think you could be allowed to use that in competitive only. But if you go on to casual or something, you have to own it. Something like that would also be a good way to get around the issues, which are namely, like, paying out item creators. Basically, there's, like, that's another issue that kind of needs to be situated. Rental weapons. Rental weapons are a relic of the past. I don't think we should have a system where players have to rent items to use them. Just give players the weapons. At least for competitive. You could give them in and call it a rental when they're in comp. But if players have to, like, manually request a rental, I think that's barbaric and unnecessary. Contracts like how they did Pyro's new weapons would be best. I would be fine with that too. I think that's still a lot of work because there's so many weapons in this game. You guys have to keep in mind, some weapons in this game are like literal entire heroes in other games, okay? If you want to use a bow and arrow in TF2, you have to, like, buy or find or craft or trade for that. If you want to play as a bowman in Overwatch, you just play it. If you want to play as Bow Lady in Dota, I think she's a free hero, but even if she's not, that's a whole different system. TF2 has so many weapons, I think they need to be more easy. I just think they need to have, like, an end-all be-all easy access system. And if not that, at least something should be in place. All heroes are free in Dota? Well, there you go. Want to use running swordman? You gotta buy it, craft for it, trade it. ETC. It's barbaric. And I won't stand for it. It's possible they can give temporary normal items since they did with grappling hooks and power-ups. Oh, it's definitely possible. I think the issue... well, I don't even know what the issue would be. I think it's just like... I really honestly can't think of an issue with, like, giving out all items for competitive. Other than overwhelming players. I think there is a downside in that... like, there are scientific studies on this. If you overwhelm someone with too many choices, they're more likely to just not make a choice. Sometimes it's better to have too few options. So that's one concern. If you give players every weapon and they're new, why would they try any of them? They don't know what any of these things do. Fuck it, I'll just use stock. This is too much to learn. I'm going back to Hearthstone, you know? So, that's one for the con pile of giving all items out. If I had enough confidence, I'd want to make a video about the problems of unlockable weapons in TF2. There's definitely a lot to cover, and I implore anyone with the know-how, knowledge, and talent to do so. But it's also a tricky topic, because no one has the answer, you know? No one can say, the problem with unlocks is that they give some players an advantage if by owning the item. Okay, well what should we do about that? I don't know, I'm just saying it's a problem. You know, it's hard to properly wrap that up in a script with a point. That sound effect of the thing winding up, it's a minigun. Let me hear that again. It's the heavy TF2 minigun sound effect. And I'm playing with a minigun. What a freaking world. Nice one, Valve. Always nice to see some stock sound effects. It is a minigun. Well, no, but that's the thing that's making the sound. Not my minigun. This thing doesn't make that sound. It makes that sound. You see Dane's tweets about item servers down today? No. Are they down right now? Oh, you had to cover it. My personal favorite seeing TF2 and like non-TF2 content is every time a war poster is shown in like a history lesson on World War II. Especially the one of soldier eating a demo man. And it's like, it's like soldiers eat babies. Join Team Demo Man. And at least like one history class a year will show that shit because they Google soldier propaganda poster and that's what they find. Hey Flinko. Hey, don't call me that. I ain't no salty fishes, buddy. I ain't no friend of salty fish. I'm a best friend of salty fish. I'm above Flinko. Even though Flinko hangs out with him more than I do. Yes, he is, fire. Night calamari. Close one. How, pray tell, am I meant to get up there? Gotta be out. Oh. Missed it. TF2's just in a weird place where nobody knows what its future is. You know, people that play pubs really only want to talk about memes. I'm not saying all of them want to, but a lot of the casual community is very content with just, like, memeing the game. And anyone that's in the competitive community really doesn't have any incentive to bridge the gap by, like, trying to make real discussion on non-TFTV websites. That includes RTF2, Face Punch, you know, pretty much anywhere. Steam Power forums. A lot of people shit on RTF2. I think that's unfair. I mean, I think it's fair in a lot of cases, but I think it's unfair to disregard everything. Like, they don't have anything to work with. What is Valve giving them to discuss, honestly? Minus maybe the recent ranked, but that's still buggy. How is this game? Very good. I shit on TF2, sorry, funkers. I mean, it's no skin off my back. It's just, there's like a bit of a hive mind on, like, disregarding their opinions, and I see it so often, I figure it's not... You know, if we want this game to fucking go anywhere, let's be honest, we all have to work together. And I think trying to create negative stigmas for sub-communities ain't gonna get anything done. That goes for, like, all of them. That goes for True TF2. That goes for Steam, Community Forum, everything. Let's do it. I want to see a 6-man TF2 YouTuber ESEA team of just like the top 6 TF2 YouTubers. Don't get me wrong, they'll get fucking manhandled in open. But if they keep at it, eventually, you know, they'll become familiarized with the scene, and they can cross that long forgotten gap between competitive and casual that has just always existed for whatever reason. Top 6 TF2 YouTubers who have sworn. I would rather eat paste than have to look at this face again. This feels wrong. Oh, I'm supposed to... Okay. You know what this reminds me of in terms of, like, creepiness factor? King Boom Boo. Sonic Adventure 2. They both just, like, freak me out, even though they're not that scary. They're just weird. It's hard to read their emotions. I can't tell if it's angry or suffering. Or both. What? Its eyes pop out? Holy shit. That's fucked, man. Alright, someone at Nintendo is definitely popping pills. Because no sane human would come up with this thing. I can tell you I'm enjoying the bosses in Splatoon 2 a lot more than the bosses in Odyssey. I don't, okay, that was weird. Yeah, this dude just grew 2 more faces. I was gonna make a joke about bipolarism, but I don't know enough. Yeah, I figured. I dodged backwards, it didn't help. Damn. I must have to just keep my distance no matter what. Oh, Jesus. Can I just stay here for the fight? Feels wrong, but it works so right. Dodge roll. Nah, I got a better idea. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I was gonna try and sneak. Now you have 2 dads. What is he doing? What the fuck? What the hell are you doing? Why did he just sidestep? That was weird. He's doing it again. Do something like... yeah, that. You know what it looks like? Mr. Popo if he got stuffed into a cube. Whew. That was rough. I'm not sure why I was allowed to sit on the edge and spam him to win, but a win is a win. What up, pimps? Not much. Uptime is 2.5 hours, and honestly, with that boss fight, I'm probably gonna call it shortly. Like I said, I'm a tired man. But I'm having fun with this single player. That's no lie. That's new. Lips for days. Quite a name. My question is, why doesn't the Squid Kid just unhook? Or better yet, paint over the electricity socket? Logically, that would power it out. Short-circuit it. Yeah, video soon. Like, I'm in the literal final stages of it. It's in the next 2 days, I would say. I can't confirm tomorrow because there's always, like, something that happens the last day that has to push it back. It's not a Funk TV, but I suspect a lot of people will think it is when they see it, if that makes sense. It's not Funk TV, but it's staged a lot like a Funk TV, if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't, but I stand by my words. Yeah, I am going to clock out right there, but I'll be playing more of this, maybe tomorrow, alongside with anything else if I have it on the agenda. But honestly, I've been up for a while, hard at work, so I'm just going to call it there. Oh, that's the wrong image. Although I do like that image a lot. But I want that one. I'm not streaming all week. I'm actually out of town come Thursday. So I'll be streaming tomorrow, and then I won't be back till, I think, Sunday. The next Sunday. So I'll be gone for later in the week's duration. But I will stream before and afterwards. Just join. Just in time.
Maybe I'm rolling lonely or I'm going blind.
Oh, ignore that.
Dark and wind on your high horse, feeling bullshit. High and dry
Stream's over. Thanks for watching. Can you say something funny so I can make a clip and get views? Well, all of my most viewed clips are me IRL, like, spitting all over my carpet because I'd, like, drank too much water. So, if you want a clip, just look for an opportunity to get one of those. I do it now, but I have no liquids. Well, I have one, but it's inside me. I guess I have multiple. Anyways, I'm not gonna drink my blood. Tonight. Not tonight. This song is Definitely You by Feed Me Jack. My fucking #1 indie jazz band. And they come highly praised by me. Oh, before I go, I want to show you guys something that I found. Jeff Magnum, the guy that makes Nutrimilk Hotel, a band I really like. I was looking for more stuff by him, so I looked up his personal Spotify, and I found a 30-minute track called The Bulgarian Field Recordings Volume 1. Let's take a listen. Alright, this is the start. I'm gonna skip ahead like 2 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna skip ahead like 4 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna skip ahead like 6 minutes. This is 24 minutes in. This is 29 minutes in. This is 32 minutes in. Anyways, if you're ever popping hallucinogenics, I have a pretty good track for you to listen to. If you're looking for a nice song, I'm sorry. Keep looking. See you tomorrow!